Hello everyone, welcome and thank you for tuning in to BLB Resources webcast coming to you live from Orange County, headquarters in Irvine, California. I am happy that you're able to join us today and I hope you're all doing well. This is Ray Warda, 1S and 2S Outreach Manager for BLB Resources. Today's live webcast is all about marketing. I will show you some great and effective marketing strategies by utilizing HUD Homes in your marketing that can propel your income to the next level. Please keep in mind, I will be going through a lot of information during this hour, so I highly recommend that you take out a notepad with a pen and get ready to start taking some good notes. Please remember, learning anything new is an essential and important part of your business. However, implementation of what you learn is even more important. Like the business coach Robin Sharma quoted, what makes the genius level idea valuable is the genius level execution around that idea, not the idea. I love that quote because it tells us that knowledge is not power unless you put action to that knowledge, which then turns it into power. So my friends, I hope you enjoy this program as much as I will. Are you ready to begin? Awesome. Let's get started. So, first, we're going to go through an overview of what we're going to be discussing within this next hour. We're going to talk about if you can advertise HUD Homes. We'll go through the HUD photo list, which is a great BLB exclusive lead generating tool that is free and available to all agents out there that would like to market it. We're going to discuss the print ad copy, proven results of good written ad copy, and I'm going to go through what exactly makes a great ad copy. That way it'll give you the most potential on your return on investment on it. We'll talk about social media, mainly Facebook concentrated because of course that is the most popular social media network out there. We'll discuss some stuff about YouTube and how to take your videos and how to put them on YouTube. And of course website traffic generation is very important. I'll give you some pointers in regards to free ways to generate some traffic to your website. And then of course QR code. This is a new type of technology that's out there that is pretty popular in marketing nowadays. And then we'll go through step by step exactly what that is and how to implement that into your marketing as well. So, first things first, may you advertise HUD Homes. And this is a great thing because yes, you definitely can. Any agent out there can advertise HUD Homes as long as you abide by the following guidelines. I'm going to go through some guidelines of things to do and things not to do so that way you're aware and have the best successful way of advertising HUD Homes. First thing, of course, you would want to advertise homes in a professional, ethical, and positive manner. You want to always refer to HUD properties as HUD Homes, HUD owned, or HUD acquired. If you stick with those three words, you're good to go. Anything else you use, you might be getting into a gray area, which you probably don't want to. So stick with those three and you'll be just fine. The next thing I want to show you is the Equal Housing Opportunity logo that you see on your screen. That is important there because you have to have an Equal Housing Opportunity logo on every piece of advertising that you do, whether if it's as small as an e-flyer or as large as a billboard. Whatever it is, you have to incorporate that Equal Housing Opportunity logo on any piece of advertisement that you do, including signage, websites, flyers, etc. Some more advertising guidelines. You must note any floodplain zones or any other warning information as it appears on the property's internet listing, and that's if it's applicable. You must adhere to all federal, state, county, city, and real estate commission advertising regulations, including the Truth in Lending Act when you're advertising HUD Homes. And of course, please, when you're showing HUD Homes, always secure the property, all doors and windows, slide doors, everything. Make sure you secure them back again. And don't forget to please put the HUD key back in the lockbox. That has to be back in there. Now, a few things that I would like to discuss with you guys so that way you realize of things that you should not do when you're advertising HUD Homes. And here they are. You must not advertise HUD Homes before they're listed for sale to the general public. You must not use HUD or FHA in your URL, per Mortgagee Letter 2011-17. And here's what I'm talking about, folks. Your URL is your website domain name address. You want to stay away from using the words HUD or FHA in any type of website domain address or any type of email address or even usernames. For instance, if you're going to use Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, anything like that, any YouTube channels that you create, do not incorporate the word HUD or FHA in those usernames or website domain names. It's important that you do per the mortgagee letter. Also, I do want to give you a heads up. Please do not use the HUD seal or the HUD logo that is located on HUDHomestore.com or HUD.gov. It is important that you realize that those are registered trademarks of HUD, and only HUD and its authorized employees are able to use that seal. So please stay away from that. Use only the Equal Housing Opportunity logo on all of your advertisements. So let's step forward and move on to more things that you should not do in regards to advertising HUD homes. You may not state or imply the price of the property differs from the list price shown on the HUD website. Also, please do not give out the HUD keys. It is not necessary because of the fact that all HUD keys are available on your electric MLS lockbox. However, in the state of Michigan, I realize that they don't use lockboxes there, electronic lockboxes, so if you have keys that you hand out, that's fine. But in the 1S and 2S regions, every home that is listed has an electronic lockbox on the home that's attached, and the key is utilized and available to you through that mean. Also, you may not refer to or advertise HUD homes as distressed, repo, foreclosed, repossessed, must sell, or any other negative negative adjective or notable negative connotation to HUD. And here's what I mean. Folks, when you're advertising, here's one thing you realize. HUD homes are not foreclosed by HUD. HUD does not foreclose any properties because HUD is not in the lending business. HUD only insures the property through their FHA insurance, through the loan. So it's the lender or bank that goes through the foreclosure process, and therefore that is the reason why we say that you should not have those negative connotation words in regards to repossessed or foreclosed associated with HUD, because HUD does not do that. It's the bank or lender. So always keep that in mind. So let's move on. You may not place any signage in or on any HUD property, except, of course, our local listing brokers. And you may not, of course, let's all be friendly, not destroy, damage, or remove the advertising or signage of another HUD-registered selling or listing agent. Now, where can you advertise? Absolutely anywhere you want. Newspapers, home magazines, flyers, billboards, seminars, Craigslist, any type of advertisement that you want to do, you're available to do as long as you follow the guidelines. Now, I do want to make you aware of something which is a great benefit for every agent out there. You do need to realize, please, that any agent out there can actually advertise any HUD home without the permission of the listing agent. This is essential. This is awesome, great news, and it creates pretty much a level playing field for listing agents and selling agents. Because as I mentioned, selling agents and every agent out there can advertise HUD homes without the permission of the listing agent. So keep that in mind. Go out there and make some great money and take this opportunity to start marketing yourself, making yourself the HUD person to go to. So let's move on and go through some great essential strategies that I have available to you guys to utilize in your marketing so that way you can propel your business to the next level. Let's begin with the first one. Okay, the BLB Resources exclusive HUD photo list. Here's where you have to go. You have to log in, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to get to that HUD photo list. You log into our website at blbresources.com. On that website, you will see the tab that says HUD Homes, as you can see on your screen. When you click on the HUD Homes tab, it takes you to a page like this. This page has all of the states that we are contracted in that relate to your particular area where you want to market. For example, if you're going to market the state of Arizona and you're located in Arizona, you pick and choose under that state, which has all of the links of the specific areas, counties, or cities in that area that you would like to market. For example, if you're going to market the Maricopa County, the Northeastern Valley HUD photo list, you're going to go down and click on the Northeastern Valley HUD photo list. And once you click on it, you will see a PDF file, which is an electronic file, which is easily transferable to anybody in regards to email or electronically. This PDF file comes up and it has every listing that is in that particular area that you clicked on. All the listings have a color photo on it. They have all the pertinent information about the property. And of course, the main thing you want to realize on these lists, it has no agent's information on it. So this is why it is such a great tool for any agent to market. And I'm going to show you some strategies on exactly how to market it. The only thing that you will see as far as a name is our company name, BLB Resources, and our logo on it. We, because, are the asset manager. So that's how it looks like. And you can save this anywhere in your computer, because keep in mind, every single Friday evening, we update this list. So it gives you a great opportunity to communicate with your buyer on a weekly basis to let them know that you have an updated list, and that's a form of communication because you want to keep that relationship building when you're marketing. So here's a couple of ways a couple of marketing strategies to distribute this HUD photo list. The first thing is your online website. Now, every agent out there, I highly recommend, should have a website. But here's more to the website. In order for you to have an effective website, it's not just having one. You have to nurture it. You have to feed it. You have to put fresh content on it. You have to put keywords in there. Talk to a webmaster that you work with that might have set your original website up, or if you're more technologically savvy, maybe you can do these things on your own. But definitely incorporate fresh content and keywords in your website, because nowadays, almost every search starts at the search engine. For example, Google, Bing, MSN, sites like that, Yahoo. Everybody goes to the search engines to put in keywords that they feel that are related to their search, and they click on them to find what is related in that area of what they're looking for. So make sure you incorporate keywords. And here's another recommendation. I would highly recommend that you incorporate a HUD Homes page on your website. Now, this is a totally different setup page, but it's an extra tab or a page that you include on your website. Call it HUD Homes. Here's what I would do. Put any type of HUD information on it that you can. Talk about the process of HUD Homes. What is the process in regards to owning a HUD home? Information about benefits and great values that HUD Homes have. And as I mentioned in my previous webcast, I mentioned about 10 or 15 excellent benefits that are to buyers that they might not be aware of. Incorporate those benefits on your website. Include keywords as a part of those benefits. Include keywords as a part of those content of whatever you're writing on that HUD Homes page. I'll give you a great way to find some more information. Go to our website, blbresources.com. We have tons of information about the whole process. We've got handbooks. We've got forms. Learn about those things. Read up on them. And then, of course, incorporate some of those things in your website. Now, I'm not telling you to go ahead and copy and paste. That, of course, is plagiarism. You don't want to do that. And I'll show you in the future slides. Google does not like that anyway. But keep in mind, you want to tell a story. Make it into a dialogue. Put it on your website as you are telling another person how to own a HUD home. So definitely utilize that. You can also utilize HUDHomestore.com. It's a great website with all of the listings of HUD homes nationwide. It has great information, especially if you click on the Resources tab. It takes you to their HUD.gov website, which has tons of frequently asked questions that you can go over and review them and be more knowledgeable and incorporate those kind of things in your website. But a part of your HUD Homes page, this is where I'm getting to on how to distribute this HUD photo list. And here's what you do. You would add a contact screen similar to this. And on top of the contact section, you would say, for a copy of your free color HUD photo list in your area, complete the registration form below. You want to make sure that the registration form below is very simple. Just ask for a name, an email address, and a message if they wanted to make a note to you, and a submit button. What happens is, you would also have to let them know what you're going to do once they click the submit button. You have a couple of options. You can either have them automatically download the PDF file. That's one way. Or the second way is, which I highly recommend, to let them know that you're going to email them the PDF file of the HUD photo list. That's even better. Here's why, folks. If you're going to have them, give them the option of automatically downloading it, guess what? A lot of times people will put fake email addresses on there because they know that it's going to be an automatic download. But to get the best out of your leads, you want to make sure you tell them that you're going to send them a HUD photo list as soon as you get their information. But here's the thing, folks. You must act quickly. Do not waste time. I would highly recommend to do this within 20 to 30 minutes. That is the most effective return that you're going to get and when you try to capture a lead. So make sure you do it fast. Don't wait till the next day to respond to that person on getting them a HUD photo list. Do it pretty quick. Now, this is another main reason why we update this list every Friday evening, so that way you're able to begin communicating with that person on a weekly basis because you have their email address and you have their name. That's the beginning. And that's the beginning of getting that lead and turning them into the buyer. So make sure you provide them with a lot of information from the knowledge that you're going to have on incorporating HUD Homes and getting better to know what HUD Homes is all about and the whole process. By downloading our handbook off our website, it's either the 1S, the 2S, or the 1P handbook. It's got some great information there. It gives you the whole selling process from A to Z. That way you can get more information for you to learn and incorporate in your business. So let's move on the next strategy here. Another thing is marketing strategy number 2, which is offline, which is newspapers or magazines. For those of you, which I highly encourage, to market themselves through print media, either by newspapers or magazines. For those people that say it's not effective anymore, I disagree. That is a myth because we have proven results on effectively written ad copy will get you better results. Of course, you have to write the correct way of writing an ad copy for it to have potential. So I'm going to discuss that in the future slides as well. But in order for you to incorporate the HUD photo list, here's a perfect example on your screen. This is one of our listing brokers in Northern California in Sacramento that incorporates this idea. As you can see on the bottom, in the footer, it says, please call the local number that he has, ask for a free HUD photo list. That's great, and that's how you want to market that list. However, I would go one step further. Instead of having that 1916 number there, I would use a call capture number, an 800 call capture number. That way you can track your leads when people call you. That way you'll know who's calling you, their phone number, and you would have a means of tracking them and getting back to them. However, this is a great utilization of how to utilize the free HUD photo list to your benefit. Now another strategy is the social media if you're doing Facebook. And I would not say if you're doing, but I should say you should be doing because Facebook is a very big part of online marketing. It is a different type, it's a different animal as they say because it's a different type of marketing and I'll share with you when I get into that Facebook portion. But here's what I would do in regards to having a Facebook fan page, which is a page, it's a business page, not your profile, and that is one of my pet peeves in regards to people that use their profile as commercial or business use. And I'll discuss with you guys through the Facebook portion of it. But let's just say you have a Facebook page already. Create what's called a landing page. And you might want to make a note of this because you want to research on what a landing page is and how to incorporate that in your Facebook page. But a landing page is very effective. It is pretty much where the person, if they're first time coming to your page and they have not been your fan yet, meaning that they haven't liked your page yet, they would go to a fan page. In that fan page, you want to give them an incentive on becoming a fan of your page, liking your page. And here's how I would incorporate the HUD photo list in this. You would say on the landing page, you would tell people that if you click on like, so meaning that if you like us, I will send you a free color HUD photo list of available properties in the area that you specify. So you're actually giving them an incentive. It's the law of reciprocity. I believe that's how it's mentioned. I always have a tongue twister on that one. I apologize. But you offer them something and they actually put some action to that incentive that you're giving to them. So definitely utilize Facebook in that kind of way. Moving on to print ad copy. That's another great marketing strategy that I would like to show you some proven results, excellent marketing samples. And here we go. Going back to the first example that I showed you, and I'm going to tell you why this is a great example of a great ad copy. Of course, it's not the best because there are things that I would change on this, but I'll point out the stuff that I love about this ad. And here we go. As you notice, the top header, it says HUD Homes Save Thousands. That header is known by proven results that is a very positive and eye-capturing, attention-grabbing header. It is important that when you write print media, print ad copy for newspapers and magazines, every professionally written ad in a major magazine or newspaper is always going to have a header that captures the attention, and then the footer is where the information of you, yourself, your picture, your contact information goes. Keep in mind, when people read a ad, here's what they do. They read in a Z formation, folks. So that means they start up on top here, they go to the right, they come back to the body, and then they end off right here at the bottom. That is why it's so important to have your information on the bottom footer. I, as a real estate broker, licensed broker in California, when I was advertising for myself, I made the same mistake that a lot of agents did out there. And if I open up a real estate book or any publication, a real estate publication, I still see this mistake happening. And what happens is agents, a lot of time, put their information, their picture, everything all on the top header. Well, folks, you got to remember, you have up to 3 seconds to capture that person's attention. Unless your name is Donald Trump, don't put it on top. Always put your information on the lower footer. There's always information on the top is going to be something that's going to be eye-capturing, attention-grabbing. HUD Homes is a very, very positive words to use in advertising out there because people, when they relate HUD Homes, they relate it to value. Now, what I love about this particular ad is on the top header, he's also got sign up for our free seminar. This is key, folks. He gives information about the first-time home buyer seminar. And here's the key to this. When you're looking at HUD Homes, when a buyer's looking at HUD Homes, a lot of people don't know the process. They're unaware. It's an unknown to them as to what the whole HUD Home process is all about and how they can own a HUD Home. And here's the thing. This particular person has connected. He has created a bridge that connects the unknown to how to know. And here's what I mean. The word HUD Homes up here, that's probably to a lot of people. It is a positive word, positive meaning value to people, but some people don't know what a HUD Home is. They want to know what it is. Well, guess what? This broker has created a bridge that takes them from the unknown in regards to how to find out to own a HUD Home, how to know to own a HUD Home. So it's a seminar that teaches people what these values are in regards to HUD Homes and how you make the bid, how to utilize an agent, all that great information that is available. So that is the key important part of this great header that I see here. Another thing I would like to let you know is the featured properties on there. Keep in mind, this particular broker uses city headers. As you can see, on this particular ad, you'll see the city of Antelope, Citrus Heights. Now, one thing I do highly recommend when you're featuring cities, make sure you put your properties in sets of blocks under that particular city. For example, here's what I'm going to show you. If you look at this on your screen, this definitely looks a lot clearer than what you see here in regards to city headers. And here's why. Because under, for example, the city of Hemet, there's 4 properties that are located in the city of Hemet, yet there's only one header that says the city of Hemet. It's easier on the eyes to read. It doesn't make it crowded. This is a great way to utilize city headers when you're featuring properties on your ads. The next thing you want to realize, look at the description on this ad. There's too many words. It's very crowded. It's kind of hard on the eyes when they're reading. The fonts get smaller. So here's our recommendation. You want to make sure that you go maximum 3 lines underneath the description. Make it simple, easy and clear to read. The first line should be the purchase price. Some even add the monthly payment, which is very effective as well. In this example, it just shows the purchase price. The next thing you want to realize is the second line shows the pertinent information about the house. Bedroom, bath count, square footage, and here's the extra thing you put on line number 2. Put something distinctive about that property that makes it different or that is different than any other property in that tract area or in that immediate neighborhood of theirs. For example, let me give you an example. If you can see on your screen right here, it shows, for example, this one says enclosed sunroom. This one says on cul-de-sac. The other one says large lot. Another one says a quarter-acre lot. So all of these are distinctive benefits about that particular property that stand out. Now, here's the next line. Make sure the third line you have something about cross streets, okay? Cross streets are very important for you to utilize in your description. Here's the reason why cross streets are so beneficial. When you utilize cross streets, you're giving the person a visual. In order for a person to buy anything, you want to touch their emotions. That's the most important part you want to get to when you want somebody to buy something. When you have cross streets, for example, if they're looking to buy in the city of Hemet, they probably know the areas. So when they see a cross street that they like, they automatically visualize themselves in that area, living in a house in that area. And then the emotions get involved when they start visualizing themselves living there. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to make your phone ring. That's the whole reason why we advertise and market, because we want to create leads, make that phone ring. In retrospect, if you have something where you put the actual property address, that right there, you're giving away the farm. You're giving away too much information. Don't put the property address. You're avoiding a phone call if you're doing that. Or for the people that put the MLS number or the FHA case number, all that stuff is a waste of line space there. People don't know what an FHA case number is. They don't care what the FHA case number is or the MLS number. They want to know what's inside that house, what kind of bedroom bath count, what makes it distinctive, and where it's exactly at, or what area it's at. So make sure you utilize those type of things in your marketing when you're writing ad copy. Going to another example. This one is actually in black and white, but why I chose this one? Because there's a reason to everything that I choose here. Each ad is not the best ad, but there's certain things about it that make it great. Look at the header on this one. It says HUD Homes save thousands of dollars. It also mentions something about you can become a homeowner with as little as 3.5% down. I like that because that's attention grabbing. That is eye-catching. The only thing that I would stay away from, definitely recommend this to everybody, please do not use all caps in your advertisements when you're doing print copy, print media. And here's why, because all caps slows the reader down. The only thing that you should capitalize is the word HUD, because HUD, as industry standards, it's always seen as a capitalized word. So make sure HUD is always all capitalized, and then if you want to capitalize anything, capitalize the first letter of each word. That's fine. It kind of creates a separation, makes it clear to read. But don't use all caps in anything that you do in regards to verbiage on your ads. Another thing I like about this ad, if you look at the bottom footer, it says free HUD photo list, but it has an actual website. They have a website called HUDHomePhotoList.com. They also utilize a toll-free number that's a call capture number. And this is what I was talking about, utilizing a call capture number. That way you can track your leads and definitely follow back up with them. And another thing I like, instead of city headers, they've used something of value or benefit to the buyers. For example, as you can see, this one says new listing. This one says great value. Another one says price reduced. Price reduced, folks, is a very essential and important part of featuring ads. If you have HUD homes that are in a price reduction and you're going to advertise in print media, put price reduced because it's an eye-catching thing. It's an attention grabber when people are looking at it. They associate value with something that's price reduced. So definitely utilize stuff like that. Now here's another one that I want to show you that is an excellent marketing sample. And here's what it looks like. And this might be a little distorted on your screen, and I apologize, but it's a full page ad. This is a broker out of Riverside County here in Southern California that does this ad pretty much religiously every single Saturday. Since February, he has been utilizing this type of advertising in the free enterprise newspaper in Riverside County. Why has he been doing it religiously? Folks, because it works. It brings him leads. For example, I remember the first time he put this ad back in February, he himself told me that he got 8 buyers. He put 8 buyers in escrow off this one ad. 8 buyers in escrow is phenomenal. I'm not talking about leads. This is buyers in escrow. And just to give you an example, in Riverside County, the average income on each side of the transaction is about $6,000. So if you've got 8 people that you put in escrow, multiply that by 6,000, that's a potential income of about $48,000 on an ad that costed him $800. So there's definitely some investment to these print media ads, but they definitely work. I love the colors on this, the yellow and black, especially in newspapers, because newspapers have a tendency to have a lower resolution in color. So the yellow and black really make it stand out. The borders on the city borders, the red with a black border behind it, is very effective. And then he also utilizes the 3 maximum lines with a purchase price and a payment on the first line, and then the pertinent information on the second line and cross streets on the third line. And on the bottom is everything in regards to the footer with the information of the person, contact information, as well as first-time home buyer seminars. And I can notify one of them being at a library, which is really effective. It's something that you might want to utilize because libraries are a community place where people are not intimidated and they like attending libraries. So you'll probably draw a bigger crowd if you're going to do a first-time home buyer in a library. He's also noted the HUDHomestore.com right in the middle, which is an option for you, but it is not required. And of course, don't forget, every one of these ads has the Equal Housing Opportunity logo on it. So moving forward to social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a ton of other social media sites. However, there's too many of them to discuss. The major one that I'm going to discuss is your Facebook, because of course, Facebook surpassed Google as the #1 site visited on the web globally. This, of course, drew my attention, and therefore I'd like to share it with you guys, because if it's something that you don't utilize, definitely try to utilize, because of the fact that it is the #1 site visited on the web globally, and this goes back and forth between Google and Facebook month by month in regards to this statistic. But this is a phenomenal statistic because Google has held this reign for many years, and for a social media site to surpass Google is a phenomenal thing. So here's what I'm going to discuss about Facebook and a couple of differences that I want you to realize when you're utilizing your business in a profile page where you should be doing it in an actual business page. Here are the main differences. On a page, actually in either the profile or the page, you want to use the 80-20 rule. Meaning, on a business page, you want to be marketing yourself 80% of the time, your business, talking about your business, what you do, all that kind of stuff. 20% of the time, you want to put your personality in there. You want to put personal things in there, not too much, but use the 80-20 rule on that. In regards to a profile, it's opposite. 80% is going to be family, friends, associates, anything like that. Whereas 20% will be business, because you do want to tell people that you have a business page, and you must also create a profile page before you can create yourself a business page on Facebook anyway. But the main differences are pages are visible to search engines and non-members, meaning that if you look at a profile, it will be visible on search engines, but here's the thing with profiles, guys. I want to make sure you're aware of this. For example, if you go to google.com, you search Ray Warda. Well, you'll see my Facebook profile. However, if you wanted to connect to me on my profile, first thing you'd have to do is you'd have to log in to your own Facebook account. Second step, you'd have to request a friend to me. Third step, I would have to approve you as a friend. And then finally, the fourth step is where we can communicate if I approve you as a friend. You folks, you don't want to give people 4 different steps to communicate with you. As a real estate professional, you want to put your contact information in the easiest ways for people to contact you. So if you have a page, you don't need to go through all that. Page is public. The greatest thing about it is it's indexed by search engines. This is very important. So when you go to Google, and if I had a page on a Ray Warda page and I called it Ray Warda, my page would come up, all my information on the wall would come up, everything is available to you about my business and what exactly I do. That's what you want to do. My personal pet peeve is when I see real estate agents using a profile to do their business instead of actually creating a page. It's 2 different things, folks. Page is professional, profile is friends, family, and that kind of relationships. So make sure you separate the 2. Here's the next thing that you can use that differentiates the page versus profile. On pages, you can add applications to the page, which are awesome. There's some great applications that you can add on a Facebook page where you cannot do that on a profile. Especially for real estate agents, there's a good apps out there, and most of them are free, but definitely there for you to utilize and add to your page. Now, some tips to getting a great Facebook page. Make sure you add value. Share a YouTube video, blog post, comment on a relevant breaking news story, add information, news, insights, even funny stuff. Add funny YouTube videos. Of course, make sure they're clean and family-oriented. Same thing with pictures. And include studies, reports about what the market is like in your particular area. How many foreclosures are in an area. How many HUD homes are available in your particular area. Talk about your area. Things like that. You want to be the expert in that local area where you're at. The next thing you want to make sure is to be consistent with your post. If you're going to post daily, which I recommend you do at least once or twice the maximum, do it on a daily basis. Don't post one day and then post 2-3 weeks after. That's not a good communication. It's not good engagement with your fans that have liked your page. You will create less energy, less feedback, and less engagement when you start, when you don't post on a daily basis and engage with your followers. You can also have weekly contests such as a photo contest, trivia contest, stuff like that. Get creative. Also, be yourself, speak in your own voice, not in a business voice. That's where I mentioned the 80-20 rule. You want to put 20% personality in there just so that way you can show your personality and what a beautiful person you are behind that business. And then, of course, you must listen and not only broadcast. Participate in a conversation, like I mentioned. Engage. If somebody is going to ask you a question, don't wait till next week or 2 days later to reply to that person. Reply to them in a timely manner within that same day. Also, do more listening than you do broadcasting. So if somebody is making a point or likes a different page, comment on that page. Let them know what you feel about that page as well. Now, in social media marketing, it's important that you do not sell. That's the difference between any other marketing. Social media marketing takes a little longer to procure an actual buyer. So you do not sell, let them come to you. And how you let them come to you is by incorporating your professional information about the industry, about what's happening in the industry, about HUD homes. Let them know that you know the HUD home process. There's some great values. Give them benefits. Maybe you can post a benefit each day on why they should buy a HUD home on your posting. That'll give you 10 or 15 straight days that you can actually post something on your Facebook page. So definitely utilize stuff like that. Provide other ways to connect. Put your blog posts, your websites, your Twitter information, LinkedIn, all of this stuff, put it on your Facebook page. As well as, of course, don't spam, don't push too much. Here's what I mean by not spamming. Do not post every piece of listing that you have on your page. Remember, we're not here to sell on social media. You want to give information. People want information, and that's the best way to turn that person into a customer. Next thing you want to do is you can have your Facebook page with its own custom URL as long as, I believe, it's 25 likes. You have to have 25 people liking your page for you to have a custom URL. Our custom URL for BLB Resources is facebook.com/BLB resources. And I highly recommend for you guys to go ahead and visit our fan page and become a fan and like our page, because it's a great page with some great information you'll get. Our events are going to be posted on there. Our webcasts that we do live are also going to be on there. And then be careful. Profiles can disappear. And this is what I mean about profiles disappearing, folks. If you're using your profile as your business and you're posting your listings on your profile, guess what? Facebook doesn't do it right now, but eventually they will. I promise you this. What's going to happen is, if they see that you're using your profile as a commercial use, because under the terms and conditions of a Facebook profile, it's about 20 to 25 pages, and it clearly states that a profile is not to be used in a commercial use. So definitely, if that happens and they do track this down, guess what's going to happen to your profile? It's going to disappear. And what's going to happen is you cannot get it back. Your friends are all going to be lost. All of your communications, everything that you have on your page is going to be gone. So make sure you set yourself a page. Keep the business exactly what that means. And the terms and conditions under the Facebook page are only 4 pages. So that tells you it's geared for businesses. So definitely utilize getting a page on your Facebook for your business. And here's a couple more tips, and then I'll move on to the next thing here. Separate your personal life and business life, of course, self-explanatory. And always remember to thank your new fans. It's important to thank every fan that likes your page. A couple of examples that I want to show you that I've seen out there. This company here says, like us, and will give you valuable information about marketing, design, and other interesting topics. It's a great way to give an incentive of somebody coming to their page to like them. This is their landing page. And then they've got some QR code and says, what's behind the QR code? So they're maybe enticing somebody to scan that QR code, and I'll be talking to you about QR codes at the end of this presentation, so that way they're aware of what that exactly is. Here's another one. This is a real estate company that uses events as their landing page, and every time somebody goes on that page, they click on the events page, or it could be set up as a landing page. It has all their open house information of when these open houses are, or any training information that they're doing. It puts their events on that particular page. Next thing I'm going to go through is YouTube video marketing, and I'm going to give you some tips on making your video. Keep in mind, it does not have to be perfect. None of us are Steven Spielberg, and we're the most best directors or producers out there. Make sure you do it and you keep it simple. And it's not perfect, because we don't want to make that perfection a distraction. A 2-minute video can take us 2-3 hours if we're going to try to perfect it. Don't try to do that. Keep it simple. Use a Kodak digital camera or something similar to that. I personally use a Kodak digital camera because it is easy upload to YouTube, and it's a great camera with 1080 DPI, which has great picture and sound quality. Very cheap. You can get it for about, I believe, $99 out there. Also, you might want to record a video of your farm or target area. Drive around, take a video of the whole area where the HUD home is located. Give them shots of the neighborhood, of the parks in there, amenities, anything like that, and kind of discuss what that area looks like while you're taking the video. Post that video as your YouTube video. Also, you might want to take a HUD home virtual tour. Go inside of one of the HUD home listings, take a virtual tour. Point out the benefits, point out the great things about the house, put it on YouTube. Don't try to pump yourself, just show the property and its features. For example, don't go out there on the video claiming that you're the #1 real estate agent in the country, and if I can't sell you a home, nobody can. You don't want to do that. Just keep the features of the property, and you will eventually sell yourself by pointing out all the information that you have on these properties. Remember, YouTube is another form of social marketing. Don't do too much selling, just consulting. Get testimonials from your past clients. Hit them at the closing table when they're the happiest. This is a great time to get a video testimonial. Don't get a video testimonial when the person's signing an escrow extension agreement, because that's not the time they're happy. That's kind of a frustrating time. So you don't want to do a video at that time. My friends, just keep it at positive times. When they're at the closing table is the best time to do that. Add realism. Introduce yourself, your team members, your office. Have your team members introduce themselves and tell them what they do, what they can help them with. It puts realism in addition to you having a business and showing what your business does. Also, videos provide an opportunity for the viewer to see you, hear your voice, and build trust. People like to know who they're hiring. Like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I say a video is worth 1,000 pictures. So definitely utilize that. Now, how do you put YouTube to work for your business? Here's how. Google and other search engines love video content and they index it quickly. So make sure if you're going to take a YouTube video, go on youtube.com and upload your video and use the embedded coding that they have available where you can actually embed that code. It's an HTML code that you can put on your website and embed that on your website and tag your website or that video with keywords that relate to it. Like I mentioned, Google loves those things. Email the video to your email list. Have them critique it. Tell them about it. Create viral. Make it go viral by sharing it on Twitter, Facebook. That's how you get these your videos out. And like I mentioned, embed your video into blog posts and on your web pages. Include branding. You want to add your logo, your website address, any distinctive colors about your company. Make sure you utilize something like Windows Movie Maker. It's a free tool that is easy to use. Or for the people that use Apple, I believe it's called iMovies, if I'm not mistaken. That's the Apple version, and I believe that's a free version as well that people can use to edit, make small edits. These are the simple stuff you need. You're not creating a DVD and directing a movie. Use simple stuff like that are free and available to you. I highly recommend to include your website address in the beginning of your video for about 10 seconds, and then at the end of the video, include your website address again for the last 20 or 30 seconds of the video. It just exposes your website to people at the same time. Also, start simple, use a script. Don't try to memorize it. You don't want to seem like you're going and that kind of stuff. So make sure you use a script, especially if it's your beginning times when you're trying to start doing this kind of stuff. And of course, I always recommend dress to impress, folks. Always dress better or more professional than your audience. You want to try to do that. And if it's also geared to your marketing. If you're going to market to houses like ranches and agricultural and farmland and stuff like that, then of course you would probably be in overalls would be a good thing to do. But if you're looking into gearing the investor market and stuff like that, then of course you want to dress to impress, dress to how you want to market. And then of course keep videos short. I recommend 2 to 4 minutes. And then going into website traffic generation tips. I'll give you some great ways to generate some traffic, and I'll go through them with you guys. Like I mentioned, make a HUD homepage on your website, and I mentioned that about keywords and content. You must have high quality, unique content about HUD homes. Visit blbresources.com for ideas. Always add fresh content and use keywords that are related to HUD homes, like I mentioned earlier. Fresh content is important because as Google goes into your website, it sends that little, they call it spider, that goes around in your website. It searches for fresh content and content related to your company. It definitely gets you higher up there in search engine rankings. You also want to use keywords in your image files. Just like you have, like I mentioned, video files on YouTube, tag them with keywords. You want to tag your image files with keywords as well. Include website addresses on all of your emails. Your website is your most important part of your business online. Make sure you expose your web address to everybody that you're communicating with. Have other sites that are related to your business link to your site and vice versa. So here's another thing I highly recommend you guys do. Google, I'll use as an example, loves link popularity. So when they send that little spider to your website and they see incoming links to your website from the external, it is always good and beneficial because they rank you higher in your search engine. So definitely utilize that. Get other companies or other vendors that you work with to link to your website from their website, and you can do the same for them, vice versa. Link back to their website. It helps both of your websites out. So definitely use link popularity as a definite key way to get up there in the search engine rankings on top of the keywords and fresh content you used, on top of the videos that you have on YouTube. All of those things will help you. Let's move forward a little more quicker here. Okay, embed HUD Homes YouTube videos, I mentioned that. Also, some more things. Visit forums, engage and put your signature. So go to real estate forums and respond to questions and answers, stuff like that. Participate in blogs related to your business. Create your own blog about HUD Homes. This is something great because, of course, when you go to a place like ActiveRain.com, ActiveRain is a real estate blogging website. Go ahead and write your blog, put your information, how they can contact you, your website, your email, your Twitter account, your Facebook account, YouTube, everything. Give them extra forms of communication. And remember what I said about copying. Do not copy. Google will find out and other search engines find out when they see the exact same word-for-word copy from other websites. They will know that and will take you off their list in regards to their search engine listings. And then, of course, don't pay someone to submit your site to the search engines. You can do it for free. Go to the major ones. Start with Google, Yahoo, MSN, Bing, Ask.com. All of those, submit your sites to the search engines. And then I highly recommend you guys to conduct a keyword research, Google keyword tool to find good keywords. So go to google.com and search Google keyword tool and you will get to it and search for good keywords. Here's a strategy. Visit Google and search your keywords. For example, I'm in California in Orange County. So what I'll do is I'll type in Google Orange County HUD Homes. And what I'll do is the first 3 websites of real estate companies that come up, I want to emulate those companies. I want to know what they're doing that gets them to the first top 3 or first page of rankings on search engines. It has a lot to do with the keywords. Here's how to find out. Go to the Explorer bar on top, and I'm using Explorer as an example because that's the most used out there. Look at the View tab. Click on the View tab and you'll see a drop-down menu that comes up and you'll see the word source. You want to click on the word source. This will get you to the next page, which is a source code. This is a bunch of HTML coding that might not make sense to you guys, but here's what you need to look for. Look for the part that says keywords. That's where you want to go to. Keywords is where you want to find all of the keywords that are under that paragraph. You want to see what those words are. If they're related to your company and your area, copy them. That's not plagiarism when you're copying keywords because keywords are used uniformly by everyone. So definitely see what they're doing in regards to getting your website also searched high up there in rankings. Here's another, I wouldn't say $1 million tip, but this is a very, very highly expensive tip that I'm going to give you guys. Look at the title tab. Title tab is very, very important. If you put keywords in that title tab, I will tell you that you'll go from a ranking of page 20 to probably the top 5 pages just by adding keywords to your title tab, title bar. And that's the title bar that you'll see on top of your website. When you go to that website, you'll see next to the website name a bunch of words. These are keywords about the related things about your website. So make sure you write that tip down because it is an expensive tip. Now, last but not least, getting into QR codes, I'll touch bases on them a little bit, but keep in mind, QR codes are something new, and it's a new marketing technology that's been used out there. And right now, we still kind of don't know how to measure it. It could be a fad, or it could be something that's going to be a great marketing technique out there. But it's free to use. So definitely try it. A lot of real estate agents are putting that into play with their ads. So make sure you incorporate that, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. Here we go. QR codes. What exactly is a QR code? It's called a quick respond code. It was created by Toyota back in 1994 in Japan, used for inventory of all their products. Well, it's a matrix barcode readable by dedicated QR readers that are usually found on smartphones. For instance, the iPhones, the HTC, Droid phones, that kind of stuff. Information that's encoded can be text, URL like a website domain name, or any other data such as a V card or any other thing like that where it's a digital business card, or an email or a text message. So definitely utilize that. Also, it's cost-effective and efficient way to sell more homes. Bottom line. Now how does the QR code work? Here's how it works. You generate a code from a website like qrcode.kaywa, wa.com. It's free to generate a QR code. Here's what happens. On the content site, you're going to choose if it's going to be a URL, which goes directly to your website, or any page on your website, a text message, a phone number, or any kind of text message or text period. Now, you're going to have a size preference, so you can go small, medium, large, or sometimes extra large if you're going to do a billboard or t-shirts or anything like that. And I'll show you guys an example. And then save that QR code image when it generates it, and use that image in your marketing. Now, you can create as many QR codes that go to different places on your website or go to different information about yourself. That's up to you. You can use a different QR code in every piece of marketing that you do. Now, the next step is the last one. The customer needs to download a free QR code reader app, and that's downloaded on every iPhone or smartphone out there, or Droid phone. It's available, and there's free ones that you can get which are very, very highly usable. Now, top ways you can use a QR code. Business cards are great. You can put your digital business card on that QR code, where when somebody scans that QR code, it automatically downloads all of your contact information on your business card to their smartphone, which is awesome. You can put it on all your letterheads, any correspondence that you do. Create a link to your website or Facebook page through that QR code. Create a link to your home gallery or listing. Here's a great thing. If you have flyers on your yard signs, put a QR code on your flyer where it goes to a virtual tour of that particular home. For example, if you're marketing HUD Homes, take a virtual tour of a HUD home, put it on YouTube, and do a QR code when you're advertising that HUD home where they can actually scan that code and it goes directly to a YouTube virtual tour. And then, of course, flyers that are posted on yard signs, which I just mentioned. Name tags. If you're wearing name tags, put a small QR code. It's an attention grabber. It's a conversation starter. Stationery. If any of you hand out mugs, notepads, mouse pads with your stationery company names, put a QR code on there. T-shirts. Folks, this is my favorite one, and I'm just going to kind of be creative on this. Here's what I've done. I've worn a T-shirt, plain white T-shirt, put a QR code, a big QR code on it. Imagine walking down in a busy area, for example, a mall. You walk down a mall, you have people looking at this black and white scribbly thing on a white T-shirt that stands out. Well, guess what? It creates a conversation. People come up to it, those that know QR codes, and guess what they're going to start doing? They're going to point their smartphone at you and start scanning it. It's neat. It's a great way to start a conversation and tell them exactly what you do. So definitely take that tip from me and start making some T-shirts with QR codes on them that go directly to your website. It'll increase your business. Here's another thing. Keychains. For those of you that pass out keychains, you can also put them on that. And then, of course, car contact magnets. Those contact magnets on the side of your car, those are great to put the QR code in there. Definitely utilize that. In conclusion, we spoke about great marketing strategies. These are excellent ones, and I hope you took a lot of notes. But of course, with everything, you want to implement. You've got to implement things. Please, folks, whatever you do, please don't just sit and wait for something to happen, and actually put some action to that knowledge that you're receiving. That's when you create that power inside you. Always be learning of new ideas, technologies, anything that's changing along the way. Technology changes on a day-to-day basis sometimes. You've got to keep up with it. If you don't, your competition will. And of course, reinvest your earned money back into your business, whether it's in marketing and advertising, whether it is in yourself. If you want to get better at something, you want to learn about something, spend some money and learn on something. Spend some money on self-motivation. Self-motivation is great. Folks, I can't tell you enough how self-motivation and motivational seminars, stuff like that, have made me such a given me such a better perspective in life. And I was actually recommended to me by my mentor, which is Rod Gaston, our CEO. Learned a lot from him. He's an amazing man, and that really helped me a lot and took me to the next level on being an extraordinary person that I want to try to be, and always gearing myself to that. So definitely utilize stuff like that. Reinvest in yourself, folks. And then, of course, do not fear. Just go for it. That's the last piece of advice that I can give you. Don't fear the small stuff. Approach fear and challenge it. Trust me, you don't want to have that what if feeling in a few years. At this time, I would like to tell you that I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate every one of you tuning in today. I am very happy to see you guys. I thank you very much for taking your valuable time that you spent with me for the past hour in regards to these marketing strategies. I really hope you took a lot of information, took a lot of notes, and are going to start implementing some of this stuff on HUD Homes marketing. All that's going to do to you is going to propel your business and income to the next level. I urge you to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/BLB Resources. Become a fan of our page. You'll get a lot of resources, information, and events coming up. Also, go to our Ustream channel, blbresources.tv. It's a great channel site, and everything that we've done as far as live broadcasts are going to be archived as recordings where you can go back and review them at a later time. Also, LinkedIn, we also have a LinkedIn page that's on there available if you click on search by BLB Resources, as well, of course, as blbresources.com. Definitely a place to go for all types of information about the selling process. And then last but not least, our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com, search BLB Resources or Ray Warda. It will take you to our YouTube channel with some great videos on how to successfully complete a contract and other forms of information about the whole process of HUD Homes. All of these information and sources are available to you. It's just a matter of what you're going to do with all that resource that is available to you and free at your fingertips. So again, I thank every one of you, and I hope you have a very successful and bright day ahead of you. Have a great day.